So welcome to SPH4U. This is the grade 12 University Preparation Physics course. My name is Ezio Kulikia. I'm a teacher with the Windsor-Essex Catholic District School Board, and I've taught physics for a few years. What I'm going to do in this video is show you basically how this course website operates and how this e-learning course is going to run. So the first thing we see here is the course homepage, and what you see is the announcements, and there's the first announcement. Welcome to SPH4U. Let's look at the top of the page. There's 4 buttons here that are important, so I'll go through each one. The first one here, course home. If I click on this, you'll see it just loads up the same screen that we were on. Any time you navigate away from this page, you can always come back to check the announcements out by clicking on course home. The content section will show you all the content for the course. This is the main meat of the course. This is probably the most important link. We'll get into that shortly after we read through this announcement. Then we have assignments. And the assignments, when you click on assignments, it's going to have, I'll show you actually what it looks like. It'll open up another window with assignments and quizzes, grades, checklist. The only ones that we'll work with in this course are assignments and quizzes. And the quizzes are basically your quizzes and tests. Any additional work you do will have to be submitted in an assignment Dropbox. And this will be explained when we get closer to one of the assessments in the course. And then lastly, we have discussions. Discussions are there's not really any discussions for this course. This is going to be a series of discussion boards in order for you to post questions, and I can answer those questions either on the how the course operates or on specific questions from the textbook or other misunderstandings you might have in terms of the content. So what we're going to do next, I'm going to just kind of quickly zoom through this announcement here. It basically goes through the same thing I just showed you. It talks about course home and announcements, content, assignments, discussions. But one other thing is that the lessons that we have posted are PDF documents of PowerPoint presentations. However, there are also lessons on YouTube that work through these. So you could either look at the lesson and kind of sort of read through it and understand it yourself, or you can watch the YouTube video as you do that, so that it'll kind of help you in terms of your understanding. Now, I do have a YouTube channel. You can click here on this link to find that, but I will show you when we get to the content section. There are other video links that are attached to that, so I will show you what that looks like shortly. Now, before we navigate from this page, before we navigate away, I should say, on the side here you see the calendar of events, and there is a little bit of an unfortunate part here because some things have to be posted multiple times, but the quizzes and tests for Unit 1 are posted. You see here February 18th, Dynamics Quiz 1 is due, and then there's a Dropbox. It says Dynamics Quiz 1 Problem 16 is due. So your quiz generally, everything is done online, although there is one question that you'll have to submit a picture of your work of, and that will be in this Dropbox. And it also lists when the availability ends for this quiz and as well as the due date. So for every test, you'll usually have 3 kind of notifications. The next one is this is a test here. There's 3 notifications. Here's a quiz with 3 notifications, and then a test. And if you hit show more, you'd see another 3 notifications for that. So let's navigate now to the content page. So under content, we see course information. This I would suggest you read as well. There's a bit more information here than just on the what we had on the home page. And let's open up course information because there are things that I would like you to do first before you even get the chance to start the course. Under course information, we have the formula sheet for the course. So I suggest you print this formula sheet and keep a copy with you at all times. You can use the formula sheet for every assessment in the course. Then we have the answers to the textbook. So there's a virtual textbook, and it is separated into sections. Unfortunately, you're not able to print these. There's no permission to do that, but you can view them online. So this is your answers for your textbook. So when you're doing these sample problems in the book, you can kind of look up your answers. And then two other things I'd like you to print. This is the calendar, SPH4U calendar. So this is all of the days of the semester when we will be having what lesson we'll be doing that day. So today, after this video, you should be starting the Analyzing Motion lesson. And it tells you when the assessments are. So here's Dynamics Quiz 1, Dynamics Quiz 2, Dynamics Test 2. I kind of changed the font to a lighter color when the unit changes. But everything all the way up to the exam, which is January, I should say that again, June 16th is our exam. You'll notice that is a bit earlier than your usual exam period. But we have more than enough time to get everything done. There's a week full of exam review. So this I want you to print as well. This is on legal size paper, so you might have to ask a teacher to print that for you. And then the other thing I'd like you to print is the schedule of assignments. So every lesson has assignments associated with them from the textbook or from worksheets. Actually, I shouldn't say that exactly. Some of them have these three little lines here, meaning that there is no there's no questions associated with it, but it's still important information to prepare you for the test. So print the formula sheet, the calendar, and the schedule of assignments. Then what we can do is I want you to go into Unit 1, and your units will be posted the full unit at a time. So here's Unit 1. Every lecture is posted, and they are posted as PDF files on the left. But if we scroll through here, you see YouTube videos of each lesson. Now the Unit 1 lessons are, all these show up kind of small, but if you hit the play button, you can also put this as a large screen size or view it directly on YouTube. But these lectures are to be kind of followed in conjunction with the lecture slides. So Analyzing Motion, which is the first lesson, here are the lecture slides, and you would kind of work your way through here. Only do the questions that are listed on the on your assignment schedule. The reason why is that they're more directed towards what's going to be on your assessments, so I'm not kind of making you do any additional work. Now, once those lectures are done, I should say, for some of the lectures there are worksheets associated, so there will be a section for worksheets in a unit. The textbook is listed here by section. So for example, I'm clicking on section 2.3. You can kind of read through this, and as I said, you can't print these. You don't have access to print these. You don't have permission to do that, but you can view them online. And lastly, in tests and quizzes, this is blank. Only on the test and quiz dates will this actually have the test or quiz of the day. The other way to get to the test and quiz would be by clicking on assignments and clicking on quizzes. So let's see what we would see in here. I have the future quizzes listed: the Dynamics Quiz 1, Dynamics Test 1, Quiz 2, Test 2. If I click this now, I will not have access to it. It doesn't let me go into the quiz. And what you see now, this is listed as past quizzes. I haven't scheduled the dates on when they're going to start yet, but these are all of the quizzes in the course. The assignment drop boxes are listed here as well. So only the top four are kind of available, but they won't open up until the date that they are due. The other ones are not available yet, but they will be scheduled to be available later. Now, one last thing, the discussions. So this is all blank right now, but Unit 1, you can ask your questions in this discussion board. The other ones will this is generally just to keep your questions associated to the unit, so it'll make it a bit easier to find if we're looking back when you're studying for the exam. You could also email me through the course using this system here. Let's just go back to course home. The first thing I wanted you to do is, after printing all of those files, go through the Analyzing Motion lesson, and if you have any questions, you can feel free to contact me via the course email system, and I will be more than happy to help. So good luck, and I hope you do well.